Let's go to Media Insider with Shayne Currie from the Herald. Good morning.
Morning, Ryan.
Shayne, always good to see you.
You too.
Now, breakfast, what's happening here? They've opened the ads, they're recruiting.
Yeah, and that is partly as a result of previous recruitment processes where TVNZ staff themselves were a bit concerned that they weren't opened up, both internally and externally. And so TVNZ has made an interesting move this week where it's put the job ad on Seek. And with that revealed that the job is going for between $250,000 and $350,000 a year. But as I note in the column today, you know, it'd be foolish to think TVNZ doesn't have a plan here, that there aren't candidates already in mind. And three in particular pop out, they being Melissa Chan-Green, Lloyd Burr and Tova O'Brien. And so we look at each of those candidates today, but also, yeah, interesting that TVNZ's gone to market with it essentially. And of course, it's Jenny May Clarkson's last morning on breakfast.
Is it this morning,
This morning, yeah. It's all been very sudden.
It has been sudden. Best of luck to her. I didn't realise it was today that it was happening.
Yeah,
but
final hours, and I think there's a little bit there about what she's doing next as well. She's got a little bit of a side hustle going on with a new confidence course that she's creating
great.
and leading.
Now, fascinating standoff in Samoa. This is between the Prime Minister and the local paper.
The local paper, the biggest paper there, which is the Samoa Observer. And so it's really escalated in the last 3 or 4 weeks. The Prime Minister was actually in New Zealand for 8 weeks recuperating from leg surgery that he had here. And he met with Winston Peters at a meeting in New Zealand while he was recuperating. The Samoa Observer pointed out that a photograph from that meeting was actually doctored. So they'd replaced his wheelchair, the Prime Minister's wheelchair, with a leather chair. It's basically photoshopped in the leather chair. Now, that's sparked the escalating row now. When the Prime Minister returned home to Apia last Sunday, the Samoa Observer went and door-knocked him at his private home. A reporter went along. It's culturally inappropriate in the eyes of a lot of the Samoan community for that to have happened. The editor turned up at the scene as well. He was allegedly assaulted by 2 security guards. And the following day, on Monday, the Samoan Prime Minister has banned the newspaper entirely from his press conferences. Now, he says that ban is temporary, but there's certainly a big standoff between both him and the newspaper.
A seat.
Well, that's the photo. That's the photo. So you can see that leather chair. Now, the remnants, you might not be able to see it in that particular frame, but the remnants of the wheelchair, just at the bottom right there, you can see the faded out wheel of a wheelchair. So
they haven't done a great job.
Not a great job from the Samoan
How did they run the story? Did they run the story as, you know, PM fakes photo?
Yeah, well, not the PM himself, but the PM department had doctored the photo, and he saw that as tarnishing his reputation. Of course, you can't get away from the truth.
No, but I mean,
he
is in a wheelchair. I mean,
yeah. And the interesting thing is they actually ran other photos alongside that one showing him in the wheelchair. So I'm not quite sure why they felt the need to install the leather chair for that particular angle.
Okay. Now the NBR IRD tables turned on tax department.
Well, I like this story because, of course, if any of us are slow with our tax returns, or indeed if any of us are a bit naughty with our tax returns, the IRD are upon us like a ton of bricks.
Why did you look at me like that?
Never. Never. You're a fine, upstanding citizen. But NBR, now they've cottoned on to a few government departments and other organisations who they say have been using a single subscription or very few subscriptions to share around their businesses to get beyond the paywall. And they accuse the IRD of being one such company, and they say that they're now taking legal advice, and because IRD has had a single subscription since March 2024 and sharing it, they say, amongst hundreds of staff. And so this is a no-no, as many of us would agree, I think. I went to the IRD and put all of these specific allegations and assertions to them. They say they won't comment while there's the threat of legal action is hovering, but I'm sure that Todd Scott, the owner of NBR, would be keen to resume talks with the IRD to try and get a proper subscription rate.
What do you think of it as a business strategy? You're basically going to your customers and then holding a gun to their head and saying, buy more, or we'll sue you.
Well, I think if we uncover, and the same's happened with the Herald. I remember when I was editor-in-chief here, I would get some data on, you know, where we could see that a company or a business was reading a lot of the Herald's content, but might have only had 2 or 3 subscriptions, and you know that the copyright issue there is an issue. And so for all of our newsrooms to survive around New Zealand, we've got to make sure that the journalism is being appropriately paid for.
Fair. We need to pay for it all.
Yeah.
Shayne, good to see you. Thanks
You
for
too,
coming
mate.
in this morning as always. Shayne Currie from Media Insider at the Herald.